What's up, everybody? Welcome to Marketing Siege Radio, episode 86. And I want to know, do you know the exact requirements it takes to win the game of life? Now, that's a lot of people's problem. That's the problem with most people, but most people don't even understand what the win requirements are to win the game of life. And I was exactly this person. And no wonder business owners, other high achievers, myself included, you can get off track so easy because you're just like, achieve, achieve, achieve. And you forget the fulfillment sometimes. You stop and look around and it's like, why is my life chaos? Why is my life not what I want it to be? And the answer to it is pretty simple. And if you've been following this journey over the past year or so, I've been pretty much telling you every step of the journey, what I've been doing, what I've been chasing, what goal I've been doing. It's gone from who am I talking to what's my purpose? What am I good at? Because I didn't even know for a long time. I didn't know how I could provide value in the most effective way possible, in a way that not only meets you guys' needs, y'all's needs, if I'm talking in my native tongue, or, if I'm meeting my needs at the same time. And that's really what it is. And after listening to thousands and thousands of hours of Tony Robbins over and over again, same videos, Russell Brunson's, the Jim Edwards, Garrett J. White, Stephen Larson, Alex Sharfin, Myron Golden, Trey Llewellyn, Dean Graziosi, Brendan Bouchard, just to name a few. After studying all of these highly successful people, I began to see a pattern. I mean, in my mind, it doesn't take a genius to see this, but there's a simple pattern going on how they're all winning the game of life on a daily and consistent basis. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. So after, like I said, there was a long drought in my life that I went in and out of several times throughout the years of, let's say, 2011 when I got married till just recently. Very, very in and out of depression, in and out of achieving these amazing things, but being completely unfulfilled on the inside. Just case in point on what I'm talking about here. Tony Robbins says, whenever you stop looking at people's actions as actions and start looking at them as an attempt to meet their needs, that's when you begin to understand people and life changes for you. So just thinking back to MMA and the whole ACL situation, I was attempting to feel significant on that journey. I felt I was coming from a very powerless place, and I would do things to get certainty. I was working out all the time to get certainty because in my mind, I was like, whoever it was that was going to meet me in that cage at that next determinate time, they were training and they weren't going to train harder than me. I was going to be certain about that uncertainty. I didn't know how my body was going to start to react once it did start eventually breaking down. I was gaining a connection, gaining a tribe that way, but I knew I was screwed whenever I won my first fight, and I felt that rush of, yes, I did it. I battled all this way, and then immediately it was like, oh, that's it. I knew I was screwed then. The second fight I came out didn't have the same fire. It was like whatever I needed to prove, I had proven to myself at that point. And I realized that I was proving a lot of those things were meeting my needs in a very destructive way, obviously. It's like, how long should you stay in the fight game if you are a fighter? It's like, as long as you feel like fighting, but the second you don't feel like it anymore, you need to get out of there. And I took that road. I remember a friend of mine, like back whenever I was first trying to get back, or entertain the idea of thinking of me. It's like, this is why, I have good friends around me. He looked at me, he was like, might not be worth it for you. And I knew he was right too. And I'm thankful to be surrounded by friends like that, because it affected my ability to change other people too much, which in my way is empowering. So the name of the game of life is just to meet your needs in an empowering way. And one of the ways I do that, this big gamification thing that I've been saying, this big ugly word, is just making a game out of anything makes it more fun. It's going to boost your results, boost your fulfillment, all this kind of stuff. But how do you apply that to life? Well, pretty simple. Meet your needs in the most empowering way possible as fast as possible. Start your day that way. I have my day structured. There's 6 human needs, and I'll just name them real quick, rattle them off. I've talked about them at length before, but the 6 human needs are certainty, uncertainty, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. And if you take one step per day in an empowering direction in each of those areas, your life is going to be balanced and things are going to be smooth sailing. The worst that can happen to you is all of them, all the first 4 are being met destructively. And if that's the case, you are in a bad spot. I've been there, trust me. But even if you can just substitute in one more empowering way to meet your needs than the day before, you begin to pick up momentum, things begin to balance out, and you begin to win the game of life. And for the longest time, I didn't realize that's what the win requirements were. And you can never hit something when you don't know what you're aiming at. And by putting win requirements, like step number 1 of any game, do this to win on anything, now you have a clearly painted target, a clearly painted direction that you're heading in. So get out there, start meeting your needs in empowering ways, and remember, you're one upgrade away.